Aloha and good morning, America. My name is Jason Sim and thank you for tuning in your political news network. Before we start, I would like to introduce two major political scientists featured in today's special coverage of the U.S. senatorial campaign in Hawaii. Joining us, we have the beautiful Dr. Helene Rojas and the highly sophisticated Dr. Miranda, both holding a PhD in political science. They will be answering questions about the upcoming open seat elections between Democrat Mazi Hirono and the Republican Linda Lingle for the Class 1 Senate seat, which is currently held and will be vacated and retired by the Democrat incumbent Daniel Akaka. To start off, how can the political history and demographics of Hawaii be helpful to determine the winner of the election? Since this is an open seat election, would it be an equal advantage for both challengers?
Good morning, Jason. Yes, you're correct about the open seat. However, Hawaii is widely known to support the Democratic Party in political campaigns, which can be shown in the presidential results that yielded 10-2 support for Democrats from 1960 to 2008.
With Dr. Rojas, even though this is an open seat election, the successor for the Senate chair will be elected by relative majority vote, and the statistics are there. Since its addition as a 50th state, Hawaii has voted Republican only twice. Furthermore, Hawaii is also Obama's birth state, which will also affect the outcome of the race.
Also, in 2008, Hawaii native Barack Obama also won here by an overwhelming 45-point lead.
To be precise, 72% of the votes went to President Obama, and 27% for Republican John McCain. Hawaii is the only actual state that gave either candidate more than 70% of the vote.
In addition, statistics show that the female population at 49.8% can be expected to see a majority of the voting democratically in favor of Hirono, since political trends show women leaning towards a more liberal views rather than conservative.
With the majority of the Hawaiian population consisting of 41.6% Asian and which is 16.7% Japanese, expect the Asian voters to side with the incumbent Daniel Akaka's party due to his Japanese and Asian roots.
That's great information. So in other words, Hawaii swings strongly Democratic. Disregarding the advantages inferred by the demographics and political history of Hawaii, how would the political and life experience of each candidate help them in this year's election?
The candidates are quality challengers. Linda Lingle was elected to state chair of Hawaii Republican Party, ran in multiple gubernatorial elections. In 1998, in which she lost to an incumbent, she ran again in the 2002 gubernatorial campaign, where she defeated Mazi Hirono and became the second only Republican governor of Hawaii and served a second term.
Definitely agree with Dr. Miranda on how both candidates are quality challenger and both have the credentials to run for the open seat. However, with regard to experience, the advantage would go to Hirono, even though she lost to Lingle in the gubernatorial election in 2002.
Dr. Miranda, do you concur with Dr. Rojas about Hirono's advantage?
Yes, of course. Even though she was defeated in the 2002 gubernatorial election of state governor, Hirono was experienced not only as the lieutenant governor of Hawaii for 2 consecutive terms, but as a national level as well.
Miranda is correct. She not only served at a state level of representation, but also served 3 terms in the United States House of Representatives, in which she won all 3 with a large margin.
Both candidates have been involved in politics since 1980 and have outstanding resumes. Tell me, who do you think is going to win and what they need to do in order to win?
Candidates are well fit for the spot. However, it would lead to the popularity with their constituents, in which both are very popular with the public. But this election is a plurality election, and with all the information leaning on a strong Democratic Party in Hawaii. In generalization, the Democratic representative Hirono is expected to win.
Lingle won't necessarily be a weak candidate, but to win, Lingle has to convince the voters that the Senate race is different from the presidential race. She has to convince the public that the races are separate and governed by different factors.
I agree. If this race hadn't occurred during an election year, Lingle might have had a better chance of winning. However, since Obama could get more than 2/3 of the votes from Hawaii, it would be hard for Lingle to get those Obama votes.
Lingle needs to stress her bipartisanship and her commonalities with Obama, since Hawaii is dominantly Democratic, and assume that her Republican voters will give her some leeway. It will be hard for her to win, but not impossible.
What do you guys believe will be the projected outcome of the election?
I predict that Hirono will have a solid win of 57% of the vote.
The election is fairly close with Dr. Rojas. I say Hirono pulls out the win with 55% of the votes.
Thank you, Dr. Miranda and Dr. Rojas, for joining us today. I'm Jason Sim, reporting live from Hawaii, and thank you, America, for tuning into the most trusted, most valuable, and most loyal political news network, PNN.